Good morning, friends. Welcome to the daily trivia show. This is a quiz program which actually, start your day with the daily trivia, and we cover the incidents which happened today on this day. So let's begin our quiz. Before that, let me inform you about two simple rules. One is that question will get displayed on the screen. You're supposed to read the question carefully and answer, but for answering you will be given only 60 seconds. So remember that 60 seconds is more than sufficient time for you to respond. Alright, let's begin our quiz. The first question is, in the year 1855, who was the first European to see Victoria Falls? And this waterfall is situated in current day Zimbabwe. So first European to see the grandeur of the Victoria Falls. And the time starts now. So, friends, as you know, that Victoria Falls are one of the largest falls in the world, and they are situated on the Zambezi River. So, let's see if there are answers. Edified Learning has given the answer, David Livingston. So, let's find out if Edified Learning your answer is correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely right, Edified Learning. All right, so let's move to the next question. In the year 1869, which man-made structure opens linking Mediterranean and Red Sea? And the time starts now. So the first man-made structure which opened a connection between Mediterranean and the Red Sea, and there are some answers. Edified Learning, you have given the right answer. It looks like Suez Canal, because this is an easy question, and also Chandra Sen, you have also given the right answer. But let's see if the answer is correct. Yes, Suez Canal is the right answer, and it is located in the Egypt. Well, the Suez Canal was actually built by the British engineers, because the Egypt back in the day was actually a colony of it was an English colony, and they had a lot of movement of ships from UK to India and also to the Far East, and they had to go all the way down to Africa and take a U-turn sort of around the Cape of Good Hope, which is the southernmost tip of Africa, and then come to India or go straight forward to other colonies in the Far East or even Australia. So it was a very time consuming process, and then soon they realized that if they dig a canal in the area of Suez, then they can shorten this journey by at least a month or so. So this was a big project because Suez Canal was one of the mega projects of the 18th century. Such a large project was never undertaken before that, after the pyramid, of course. So let's move to the next question. In the year 1922, Ottoman Empire in Turkey collapsed, basically ousted, and they ruled the Turkey region for almost 500 years. And there was an uprising against the Ottomans. And then the Ottoman last Sultan, his name was Muhammad the Sixth, was expelled to which place? So he was expelled from the country, and that created the end of the Ottoman Sultanate in Turkey. But to which place he was expelled? And the time starts now. So let's find out if there are answers given by our viewers. So Chandrasen has given the answer Malta. Let's see if your answer is correct, Chandrasen. Absolutely right, Chandrasen. It is Malta, on a British warship, and he was transited to the Malta, which is an island, and the British had a lot of control on Malta during the day. It's basically kind of flip flop in Turkey, where our European population, they were Christians, they were conquered by the Ottoman Islamic raiders way back in 14th century, and then they were forcibly converted. So today Turkey sees a lot of Islamic influence because they kind of converted every citizen of the current day Turkey to Islam. But after ruling for 500 years, the Ottoman family was ousted by the local uprising. It was a bloodless coup, and the Ottomans were thrown out. It's a pity that we see the return of the same Islamic value back into a European nation. Alright, let's move ahead and see the next question. In the year 1929, which Soviet politician was expelled from the Soviet Politburo, which is also known as Duma, amidst a power struggle with Joseph Stalin? And the time start now. So, friends, as you know, that Stalin was sort of a dictator in Russia, and he came to power using communism. He was member of the Communist Party. He was like among the top five creme de la creme in 1917. He actually participated in the revolution along with Lenin. And then, after the Lenin demise, there was a power struggle, and this power struggle led to creation of Stalin as a dictator. However, in 1929 there was a struggle, and everybody wanted to become the president of USSR. So let's see if there are answers. So Edify Learning says Trotsky, and Chandra Sen said Nikolai Bukharin. So let's see whose answer is right. So Chandrasen, your answer is absolutely right. It is Nikolai Bukharin, and he was kind of removed, and later Nikolai was removed from the Duma, which is the Politburo of USSR, and later purged. All right, let's go to the next question. In the year 1931, who inaugurates the Pan Am services from Cuba to South America in the Sikorsky flying boat, which is also known as American Clipper? And the time starts now. So Pan Am is a important Pan-American Airlines in the United States, but in 1930s it was still forming, and when you are a new business, you invite important people from the politics or important people in that business area. So who was the person who inaugurated this cross-country flight in a flying boat, not an aeroplane, in a flying boat for Pan Am? Let's find the answer. Well, nobody has been able to give the right answer. And Chandrasen, you say Yuan Trippy. Yuan Trippy. Let's see if your answer is right. It's Charles Lindbergh. Chandrasen, your answer is unfortunately not right. Charles Lindbergh was a legend back in the day because he was the first person to cross from America to Europe in a non-stop flight. So he actually created a name for himself for flights. He showed to the world that this is possible. You can actually take a non-stop flight from America to Europe in a very small plane. So Charles Lindbergh, back in the day, using a propeller plane, crossed Atlantic, which was a remarkable feat, and that is why he was such a popular name when it comes to aviation. Even today, he is very popular, and he is sort of a hero. He is actually a hero. We revere him as a legendary aviator. Let's move to the next question. In the year 1961, what was the first man-made object that makes a lift-off from the surface of the moon? And the time starts now. Well, there are many answers. Many answers. If I would have asked that, what is the first man-made object lifted off from the surface of the Earth? But this question is about the first rocket to successfully fire from the surface of the Moon back in the day. And let's see if there are answers given by the viewers. So Chandrasen says Surveyor 6. Let's find out. Absolutely fine, Chandrasen. Absolutely right. Your answer is correct. Surveyor 6. Surveyor 6 successfully make a lift off from the surface of the moon on its journey back to Earth, and therefore this becomes the first man-made object to fire up its engine and take a lift off from the moon, avoiding the gravity of the moon and taking the gravitational path to return back to Earth. This was one of the tests before the Apollo mission started. So whether the humans can actually land and then take off, can they return? That was a series of tests which was done, and Survey 6 played an important role about the return journey of the manned missions, future manned mission, which is Apollo. Let's move to the next question. In the year 1970, who invents the first computer mouse? And the time starts now. Computer mouse has become such an integral part of our daily life. Without a mouse, we find it very difficult to use the computer, because a mouse is used more than the keyboard. But who actually got this idea that you need a pointing device which will help people to actually take the operating system to the next level, especially when it comes to Windows? But it is not a new device. It was developed back in the days, even before the computers became reality in the year 1970s. Let's see if there are answers. So Edify Learning says Douglas Engelbart, and Chandrasen also says Douglas Engelbart. So both have given the answer. Let's see the answer is right. Absolutely. Answer is absolutely right, both for Chandrasen and for Edify Learning. Kudos to you. You have been able to nail this question. Okay, let's move to the next one. In the year 1977, who was the first Egyptian president to formally accept invitation to visit Israel? And the time starts now. Well, this question becomes very important considering the current geopolitical situation. And back in the day, in the 60s and 70s, the Egyptian were at war with Israel. In fact, it was a big battle fought by all Islamic nations which were surrounding Israel, and they all attacked Israel. However, the war was won by Israel, and later on, the first Egyptian president to officially visit Israel, which is a very big deal when it comes to the Islamic world, visiting a Yahudi country, a Jew nation. So the president decided to visit Israel was remarkable. Let's see if there are answers. Edified Learning says Anwar Sadat. Chandrasen also says Anwar Sadat. Let's find the answer. It is Anwar Sadat. President Anwar Sadat became the first Egyptian president to officially visit the country of Israel, which is a very big deal. So both of you, Chandrasen and Edify Learning, kudos to you for giving this right answer. Let's move on to the next one. In the year 2003, who is the youngest singer to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Time starts now. So, friend, Walk of Fame is a walkway, is a street in Hollywood where to recognize the famous actors and famous artists from Hollywood. The stars are created, a small star, golden star, on the surface, and actual imprint of hand palms are taken so that the star is invited while they were actually creating the star and the concrete is being poured. The artists are actually required to dip in their hands, physical hands, to create a palm impression on the star. So that makes a star a genuine product. Actual artist imprints are there on the star, which is situated in the Hall of Fame. So the youngest person to be nominated for this prestigious honor, is Britney Spears. Chandrasen says Britney Spears, and Edifier Learning says Justin Bieber. So let's see what is the right answer. It is Britney Spears, and she has a star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, but in 2003 she was only 21-year old, so youngest one to be selected for this honor. So Chandrasen, good job, your answer is absolutely right. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so we have come to the end of our morning trivia. Our quiz is over today. Thanks for joining me live, and join me back tomorrow at 8:15 same time to join tomorrow's quiz. And this quiz will actually start your day in a very positive manner, and it will also improve your critical thinking ability. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.